Hello students, today we are again doing this Modi method. So we will practice Modi method today, but we will be doing different cases of Modi method. So this is my third video on Modi method. So let me take the case of alternate optimal solution in this video, right? So let us suppose I am having this question. See, in exams, nobody will let you know that this is the case of alternate, this is the case of unbalanced or maximization. They will simply write down, find the initial solution using VAM and optimal solution by Modi method. Either they write down like this or they write down minimize the cost in the following transportation problem. That's it. They will never say it is a question of this type. This is, you have to see what type of a question it is, and we will came to know what type of a question it is only when we solve it, right? So let me see, start with as usual. So let me start. So first of all, this is the question given to us, having three sources S1, S2, S3 and four destination M1, M2, M3, M4. This is the corresponding supply of each source, and this 15, 19, 13 and 18 are the demand elements of M1, M2, M3 and M4 respectively. And these are the cost elements, right? These are the cost element. They denote the per unit cost. So now you all know the meaning of transportation problem and what is the objective here, right? As usual, we will first see whether the problem is balanced or not. For that, we will find out total supply. So total supply means the total of this column, 20, 28 and 70. So the total comes out to be 65. Now come to the total of demand. The total of demand will be the total of this row, 15 plus 19 plus 13 plus 18. So when I take the total of this, I get 65 again. So it is a case of balanced transportation problem. Once it is balanced, all the algorithms of transportation problem are applicable, right? So we will first find out VAM. If nothing is specified, you always apply VAM so that we can give the answer very quickly at the first or second iteration. Generally, we get the answer in the first or second iteration if we apply VAM to find out the initial solution. Okay, so come here. This is my VAM. I have noted down the question. I make the column of penalties. You all know that we have to calculate penalty by taking the difference between minimum and next minimum in each row and each column. So come to this first row of S1. Here the minimum is 3, next minimum is 5. Take the difference. This is 2. So the penalty is 2 here. Come to the second row of S2. The minimum is 1, next minimum is 2. So the difference is 1. So penalty will be 1. Come to S3. Minimum is 3, maximum next minimum is 7. So 3 minus 7, 4. So my penalty would be 4. Now come to the column side. Come here, M1. For M1, the minimum is 3. The next minimum is this 6. So the difference is 3. So I will be putting up 3 as the penalty for M1, right? Now come to the M2. Minimum is 1. Next minimum is 6. So 6 minus 1, 5. Now come to M3. Minimum is 2. Next minimum is 3. Take the difference. I get 1. Now come to M4. Minimum is 5. We have one more 5 here, but we have next minimum available to us as 9. So we will be considering 5 and 9. So 9 minus 5 is 4. So this is how we calculate the penalties of each row and each column. I think you all can recall what is the next step now. Choose the largest penalty altogether. See, the largest penalty among these penalties which we have calculated just now, I have written by blue color, is 5. This is the largest penalty. So I will be moving in the column of M2. Where I should move? When I come to M2, look at the cost elements 6, 1 and 8. Choose the smallest cost element. The smallest cost element is this one. Okay, so my entry will come in this one. What would be my entry? Look for the corresponding demand and supply of this cell. See, the corresponding supply is 28. The corresponding demand is 19. So I have to take the minimum. So 19 will be coming in the circle. I have taken this 19 from this demand column, from this M2, so cancel it and take the difference on the other side, right? So 28 minus 19, that is my 9, right? So this is my first entry. Now what we have to do to apply VAM again, we have to calculate the penalties again. So we will be calculating penalties again. So come to the row S1. Now the cost element are 3, 8 and this 5. So choose the minimum and next minimum. 3 is minimum, next minimum is 5. So 5 minus 3, 2 is the penalty. Now come to the row number S2. Minimum is this 2. Next minimum is this 5. So the penalty will be 3. Come to S3. The minimum is 3. Next minimum is 7. 7 minus 3 is 4. So my penalties for the S1, S2 and S3 is this one. And the penalties on this side will not change because there is no cutting over here. You know that parallel changes comes. So out of these penalties, choose the largest one. I have this as 4 and this 4 as the largest. Consider both. Suppose I consider this 4. Okay. If I consider this 4, I will move in this S3 and find out the minimum cost cell, that is this 3. Because out of 7, 3 and 9 in this row, I have minimum element as this 3. In this 3, what entry should I make? See, the corresponding demand is 13. The corresponding supply is 17. So 13 will come here. But if I consider this 4, I will make my entry in M4. In M4, I can make my entry in the minimum cost cell here and here, right? Suppose I make my entry here, then the corresponding demand is 18, supply is 20, so 18 will come in the circle. If I make my entry here, here it is 18, here it is 9, so 9 will come here. So I have to choose the largest one. So I will select this 18, right? So now I will rub all this. I have seen that whichever is giving me the largest number in the circle, I will select that, right? So my entry will be 18 here. Okay. Whenever there is a case of tie, you just consider all the cases and see which is giving us the larger number in the circle. Whichever is giving us the largest number in the circle, we will consider that. So now we have taken this 18 from here. So just cross this and take the difference here. 18, 20 minus 18 is 2, right? Since I cut it vertically, so vertical changes will come. So now the penalties on this side will change, right? So come to S1. Now the cost element is 3 and 8. So 8 minus 3 is 5. Come to S2. Minimum is 2 and 6. 6 minus 2, 4. Come to S3. 7 and 3. 7 minus 3 is 4, right? And these penalties will not change. So now select the largest penalty. Now the largest penalty is this 5. So I will move in the row of S1. Now come to S1. Choose the minimum cost cell. Out of 3 and 8, I have 3 as minimum. So I will come here. Make your entry here. See, corresponding to this 3, I have this one, this 15. And corresponding to 3, I have this 2 as my supply. So whichever is minimum, you have to consider that only. So my 2 will be selected here. I will write down 2 in the circle here. Okay. So write down 2 here in the circle. Cross this 2 and take the difference here. 15 minus 2 is 3. So this is the third entry. Now to proceed further, since I have make a horizontal cut, so the changes will come at the bottom, parallel changes, right? Now come to M1. In M1, there are only 2 cost cells left, 6 and 7. So 7 minus 6 is 1. Come to M3, 2 and 3. 3 minus 2 is 1. Right? So these are the only entries here. No more cells are left. Right? Now choose the largest penalty. See, I have 1, 1, 4 and 4. Out of these, the largest one is 4, which can be this 4 and which can be this 4. Suppose I take 4 corresponding to this S2. Then I will make my entry in this 2 here. Right? For 2, I have demand as 13 and supply as 9. So 9 should come here. And if I take my entry over here, see, corresponding to this 4, When I move corresponding to this 4, the minimum cost cell is this 3. My entry should be 13 and here it is 17. So it should be 13. So 13 is the largest number in the circle. So I will be considering this 4. Okay. So I will move in this 4. Choose the minimum cost cell in S3. It is 3 here. And corresponding to this, the demand is 13. And corresponding to this 3, the supply is 17. So I take the minimum as 13. So since I have taken 13 from here, just cross this. 17 minus 13 is my 4. Right? So now we will again calculate the penalties to complete our table. So penalties will change on this side because we have make a cut vertical, right? So come here. Now only one cell is left, so it will become a penalty in itself. 6 here, 7 here, right? So 6, 7 and 1. So 7 is the maximum out of all these penalties. So I will make my entry corresponding to this 7. Just move in the row of S3. This is the only cell left. So I will make my entry here. See, corresponding to this S3, I have 13. Corresponding to this S3, I have a supply of 4. So minimum will be allocated. So 4 will be allocated here. I will cut down this 4. Now take the difference. 13 minus 4 is by 9. So you always need to select the minimum of demand and supply to allocate, right? Now this is the only cell left. You all can see that the demand corresponding to this cell is 9 and the demand supply is also 9. I always told that for the last cell, if the same number is there on the supply and demand side, it means you have performed your answer correctly, right? So this is the solution given to me by VAB. Just find out the cost here. So 3 into 2 plus 5 into 18 plus 6 into 9, 1 into 19, 7 into 4, 3 into 13. I suggest all of you to to pause the video and do each entry with me so that you will have an idea which entry is to be done when, right? The only way to practice it is to do with the teacher, right? So this is my cost here. Now I do not know whether this solution is an optimal solution or not. To check the optimality, I need to apply Modi method on this solution. If I get all delta ij as greater than 0, my answer will be optimal. If I do not get all delta ij as greater than equal to 0, suppose any one of the delta ij is less than 0, then I have to draw the loop and reduce the cost, right? So let us check whether this is the optimal answer. So I will first copy down these circles in the next table. No need to copy down this supply and demand. No need to copy down the penalties. So I need only the cells. So in the first column 2, 9 and 4. So 2, 9 and 4, right? And then 19, 18 and 13. So 19, 18 and 13. 13 is, okay, 3. 13. So I copy down the question from where. Now this is the table for Modi method. So for Modi method, you all know that we need to calculate ui and vj. So I will be calculating ui and vj. Wherever you want, you can put 0. I always recommend to put 0 corresponding to that row or that column which has maximum number of circles. You all can see that M1 has 3 circles, so I put 0 over here, right? Now again the formula is Cij is equal to ui plus vj for basic cells, right? So 7 minus 0. Just see here. Come to this cell, this one. The cost Cij is 7. The corresponding Vj is 0. So 7 minus 0, 7. This will be the corresponding ui for this cell, right? Now come to other cells. I come here. Here the cost is this 6 and the corresponding Vj is this 0. So 6 minus 0 is my 6. Now come to this cell. The cost is this 3 and the corresponding Vj is this 0. So 3 minus 0, 3. Right? Come to other cells. Suppose I come here. Here the cost is 5, the corresponding UI is 3. So 5 minus 3, 2. Right? Come to other cell. Suppose I come to this cell of 3. Right? 3 is the cost. Corresponding UI is this 7. So 3 minus 7 is minus 4. Right? Come to this 1. Cost is 1. The corresponding UI is this 6. So 1 minus 6 is minus 5. So the corresponding VJ is minus 5 here. So this is how we need to calculate all the UIs and VJs to apply Modi method. Right? Now after calculating all UI and VJs, so this is not minus here. Let me clean it. Let me clean it. Now we have to calculate delta ij. For delta ij we make a block like this one, right? Make a block over it, this one, right? For non-basic cells we make a block and calculate delta ij. The formula for delta ij is equal to Cij minus Ui minus Vj. Okay, so 6 is the, come to this cell, 6 is the Cij, the corresponding Ui is this 3, the corresponding Vj is this 5. You have to look in the Ui and Vj column corresponding to each cell. So 6 minus 3 minus 5. So 6 minus 3, 3 plus 5 is 8. So my Cij, delta ij is 8. Now come to this cell, this 8. Here 8 is Cij, the corresponding Ui is 3. 8 minus 3, 5 minus this Vj. This Vj corresponding is minus 4. So 8 minus 3, 8 minus 3 minus 4. So 8 minus 3 is 5 plus 4, 9. Right? So these are my delta ij's. Come here, come to this 2. So Cij is 2 and Ui is this 6. 2 minus 6 minus 4 minus 4. So 2 minus 6 minus 4. So 2 minus 6 is minus 4 plus 4, that is 0 here. Right? Now come here. Come to this 5. 5 is the Cij. The corresponding Ui is this 6. The corresponding Vj is this 2. So 5 minus 6 is minus 1 minus 2. So minus 3. Now come here. This 8 is the Cij. The corresponding Ui is this 7. The corresponding Vj is this minus 5. So 8 minus 7 minus 5. So 1 plus 5 is 6. Right? Now come to this 9. 9 minus 7, 2 minus 2, this 0. So this is the delta ij. Now we all have to see whether this is the optimal solution or not. You all know that if all delta ij are greater than 0, then this is the optimal solution. If any of the delta ij comes out to be negative, suppose 1 delta ij is negative or 2 delta ij or 3 delta ij's are coming out to be negative, then we have to choose the most negative one. Here I am getting minus 3 here. Only this delta ij is negative. So my optimal solution has not been reached. I have to make a loop from this 3. Right? And if suppose I am having one more negative delta ij, I will choose the smallest. This minus 3. This minus 3. This minus 3 means that the cost can be reduced by 3 rupees per unit. Okay. So I will make a loop from here. So just make a loop. See, for drawing the loop, you all can move horizontally or vertically only, no diagonal move. And you can change your direction only at the corner of the cell. Plus you have to come back to this point. So from this cell, I will first move to this circle, because here it is having a circle. So I can change my direction here. Look for the another circle. You can move only horizontally and vertically. Okay, so I come to this 2 because 2 is also a circle. From 2 I can move to 9 because this is also a circle. I can move to 4 also, but if I move to 4, then I have to go to this 13. Then I cannot go back. because there is no cell. So what I should do? I should come back from 9. So this is the loop that I have to draw. After drawing the loop, you need to assign alternately plus and minus sign at the corners of the loop. See, plus, and starting with a plus sign from where you start drawing your loop. So I start drawing my loop from this cell. So I make plus here, then minus, because I am changing my direction at 18, so I assign minus here. Then I come to 2, so I will put up plus here because I am again changing my direction at 2. Then come here at this 9 because I am again changing my direction here. I will not give sign to 19 because I have not changed my direction here. Wherever there is a corner of the loop, that is wherever there is an intersection of horizontal and vertical line, only there you have to assign plus minus sign. All other cells will remain unchanged. This is how we draw loop in Modi method. Okay, so my loop is there. Now, how to modify the table? What does this plus and minus means? See, out of these negative cells, see, this is negative cell and this is negative, where you assign the negative sign. Look what is written in the circle. In one circle here, it is written 18, and here among the negative cell, the circle contains the value 9. Choose the smallest circle. The smallest circle is 9. So it means that I can reduce the cost by, see, this minus 3 come here. So 3 rupees per unit cost can be reduced, and I will supply 9 units. So 3 into 9, 27. So the cost can be reduced by 27 rupees in the next table, right? So my cost in the next table should be, this 236 was the cost in the earlier table. So 236 minus 27. So 209 will be the cost in the next table. I will show that this cost will come automatically, right? So now we will modify our table according to this selection. See, I am repeating this step again. Among the negative cells, choose the smallest one. So among 18 and 9 as the negative cell, I choose 9, right? But you have to do this. You have to add 9 to the cells having plus sign and subtract 9 from the cells having negative sign. Okay, so here where I am assigning this plus sign, one new circle will come with the value 9. Here where I am having 18 in the circle, in the next cell it is a negative cell, so 18 minus 9 equal to 9. I will write 9 in the circle here. Come to this 2. Here the circle, in the circle I am having 2 and it bears plus sign. So 2 plus 9, 11. In the next table I will be writing 11 here. Come to this cell 9. I have selected 9 from here. So 9 minus 9, 0. It will go out. So this cell has moved from here to here. Okay. This cell has moved. This 9 has moved from here to this place, right? This is the modification by Modi method, right? All other cells like this 19, this 4 and this 13, they will remain unchanged. We will not make any change here because there is no plus minus sign here. We have to make the changes only at the plus and minus sign, right? So I will be writing these changes in the next table. Okay, so just see how I write. See, I have made my loop from here. So 9 will come here. Since I am having 18 here, so 18 minus 9. 18 minus 9. 9 here. I am having 2 here. So 2 plus 9. 11. So I will be writing down 11 here. 9 will go from this place. 19 will remain at its own place. 4 will remain at its own place, and 13 will also remain at its own place. You can count the number of cells. The number of cells will remain same in the whole question. See, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 circles in this corresponding table, and we have 6 circles here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is my modified table. Now I will check whether I am getting the optimal solution or not by calculating delta ij again. For that, I will first calculate ui and vj. Okay, so make 0 anywhere. Suppose I make my 0 here. Now, you all know how to calculate ui and vj. See, this is the Cij, this is the ui. So 3 minus 0 corresponding vj is calculated here, right? Come to this 5, 5 minus 0, 5, right? Come to this 5 because you have to move only on the circles. 5 minus 5, 0. Come to this 1, 1 minus 0, 1, right? Come to this 7, 7 minus 3, 4. Come to this 3, 3 minus 4 minus 1. This is how ui and vj's are calculated. Now we will calculate the corresponding delta ij for non-basic cells, right? So come here. See, this is the Cij. The corresponding ui is this 0 and the corresponding vj is this 1. So Cij minus ui minus vj, right? This is the corresponding delta ij. So it is coming out to be 5. Now come here. This is 8. Corresponding ui is 0. 8 minus 0, 0. And the corresponding vj is minus 1. So 8 minus 0 minus minus 1. So it will become 9. Right? Now come here. This is 6 as the Cij. The corresponding ui is 0. The corresponding vj is 3. 6 minus 3, 3. Come to this step. 2 is this Cij. 2 minus 0, 2 minus minus 1. This is 3. Now come here. 8 minus 4, 4 minus 1, 3. Right? Come here. 9 is the Cij. 4 is the corresponding ui and 5 is the corresponding vj. So 9 minus 4 minus 5. 5 minus 5 is 0. So this is the corresponding delta ij. You all can see that all delta ij's are greater than equal to 0. So it is the optimal solution. My optimal solution has been obtained. So no need to draw the loop now. This is the optimal solution. We will calculate the cost here. You all can see the cost is 3 into 11, 6 into 5, 3 into 11, 5 into this 9. Circles are to be multiplied by the corresponding Cij. 1 into 19, 5 into 9, 7 into 4, 3 into 13. When you calculate, it becomes 209. I told you that the cost will reduce by 27 rupees. See, 236 was the cost in the previous table. My cost reduces by 27. So it should come out to be 209. It is coming out to be 209. This also verifies your answer that you have done correctly. Okay. I again repeat this step. How we will see how much cost is to be reduced. See, in this table, my delta ij is this one, which is negative. This delta ij is minus 3. Minus 3 indicates that the cost can be reduced by 3 rupees per unit. So 3 rupees per unit is reduced and I have supplied 9 units here. In the next table, I have written 9 here in the circle. So 3 9 are 27. So the cost is to be reduced by 27 rupees in the next table after modifying it. Okay? So this is my complete question on Modi method. Sometimes the question says if there is any other alternate optimal solution, find that also. So how we can know whether the alternate optimal solution occurs or is available or not? See, if all delta ij are greater than equal to 0, it means that optimal solution has reached. If in the final table any of the delta ij is equal to 0, see, equal to 0, then also optimal solution is there, but it indicates that equal to 0 indicates that alternate optimal solution also exists. So you can see the delta ij's. You all can see that I get this delta ij as 0. You all can see corresponding to this S3M4, the delta ij is 0. It indicates that alternate optimal solution exists. So if the question says you have to find out the alternate optimal solution, then write down this line. Since there exists a non-basic cell having delta ij greater equal to 0, therefore there exists an alternate optimal solution. Now how to find out that alternate solution? Alternate means more than one solution. Now how to find out that alternate optimal solution? You have to draw a loop from here. Okay, from this cell. Wherever you get 0, make a loop from there. Okay, so you will be forming a loop from here. For loop, you have to move over the basic cell. Suppose I go to this 9, but if I go to this 9, I can then go to 19, then nowhere I can go because diagonally I cannot move. So I move further to this 9. Okay, now see, I can move here 11, then I can move to 4, and then I can come back. So you can draw only horizontal and vertical lines to draw the loop. Okay, now alternatively assign plus and minus sign. Plus, minus, plus, minus. Alternatively plus and minus sign at the corners of the loop only. Now, as usual, among the negative cells, choose the smallest one. So my negative cells are, look what is written in the circle at the negative cells. Here it is written 9 and here it is written 4 in the negative cells. So 4 is the smallest one. So I will enter 4 in the next table to get the optimal solution. Okay, so what I will be doing, I will subtract 4 from the circles having negative sign. I will add 4 at the circles having plus sign. So in the next table, see, here I am having plus. Here, from here I start making the loop. So 4 will come here, right, in the next table. Here 9 is there and it has negative sign. So 9 minus 4, 5. So 5 will come here in the next table, right? Come here, 11. On 11 we have plus sign. So 11 plus 4, 15. In the next table 15 will come here, right? 4 here in and negative sign. So 4 minus 4, 0. There is no need to write down 0 because if you write down 0 then one cell will increase. So remember that from wherever you start making the loop, new the circle will come there, and wherever you select the minimum, that cell will go off. Okay? So now 19 and 13 will remain as it is. So I must make these changes in the next table. Don't make the changes in the same table. You have to draw the table again, right? So let me make the changes in the next table. So this will become, from wherever I start making the loop, 4, 4, 9 and 5. So 4, this 9 remain as it is. 9 minus 4 is 5, and here I am having 11. So 11 plus 4, 50, right? Now next is 19 and 13. Okay, so this 19 will remain as it is, this 13 will remain as it is. You can count the number of cells, it will remain same. See, here I am sorry, here the number of cells is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 cells are again there. Now you all can see this is the optimal solution. Ui and Vj, calculate Ui Vj. So 9 minus 0, I put 0 over here, 9 minus 0, 9, 5 minus 0, 5, 5 minus 0, 5. I think all of you know how to calculate Ui and Vj's now. Now come to other circle, say 15. Cost is Cij, Ui is 5, so 3 minus 5, 2, minus 2. Now come to this circle, cost is 1, Ui is 5, 1 minus 5 is minus 4. Now come to this 3, 3 minus 9, minus 6, right? Now calculate delta Ij corresponding to all the non-basic cells. As usual, I think all of you have practiced it, Modi method. You all will do it on your own. See, delta Ij, this Cij is 6 minus corresponding Ui is 5, corresponding Vj is minus 4. So 6 minus 5, 1 plus 4, 5. So 5 will come here. If Cij is 8, 8 Ui is, corresponding Ui is 5 and corresponding Vj is minus 6. So 8 minus 5, 3 plus 6, 9. Right? Now come to this 6. 6 is the Cij, corresponding Ui is this 5, corresponding Vj is this minus 2. 6 minus 5, 1, 1 plus 2, 3. Now come here. This is my 2 Cij, Ui is 5 and this is minus 6. So 2 minus 5 minus minus 6. So 2 minus 5 is minus 3 plus 6. So it is 3. Now come to this 7. 7 minus 9 minus 2. 7 minus 2, 9 minus 2 plus 2, 0. Now come to this 8. 8 minus 9 minus 1 minus 1 minus 4. So minus 1 plus 4 is 3. You all can see that all delta ij are greater than equal to 0 for the non-basic cells. So this solution is an optimal solution. When you find out the cost, you see that the cost is again coming out to be 209. See, alternate optimal solution means that there are more than one way of transporting the goods, but the cost, minimum cost will remain same in all the cases. The amount that we have to spend to do the transportation work is same. So in the previous value is 209 and here also the value is 209, right? Right. So this is how we do the question. Okay, so this is my case of alternate optimal solution. You all can observe that S3M1 corresponding to S3M1 also we have delta ij as 0. So again alternate optimal solution exists. You all can make a look from here again and get the answer. Okay, one more solution will be there. So any number of alternate optimal solution may exist here, right? So this is how the Modi method is to be done. In each and every case you will practice Modi method. Okay, so the procedure will remain same. The only few things you have to remember, that if delta ij is coming out to be 0, then it indicates that the one more solution can, there is one more than one way of solving doing the transportation part. Okay, this is called multiple optimal solution or alternate optimal solution. So let's have one question as homework. Write down this question or take the screenshot and do this question on your own. I have given you the answer also. Just do it. In case of any queries, you can either mail me to the email, to my email ID that I will have shown in the um, first slide, or you can comment it in the comment box. Okay. So I am winding up my lecture here. See you in the next lecture. Thank you.